Have you ever had one of those times when you rolled in hot to a meeting and your mind was still in the last one? Ever have a conversation with a friend while replaying an argument in your head from hours ago? Maybe you nodded through an entire conversation while secretly wondering, oh, did I leave the stove on? When we show up disconnected from ourselves, from the moment, everyone around us feels it. Your teachers sense your distraction. Your friends read your tension. Your colleagues mirror your anxiety. What if? What if there was a way to reset, to step into any moment as your best self, right now? I first started to learn this lesson as a street performer, 7 feet off the ground. Picture this, a beautifully hot, beautiful day, sunny, a circle of over 300 people, a tightrope stretched over 2 sets of poles, with audience members on either end holding it like a tug of war, knuckles white, faces tense. Me, about to step onto that rope that was literally vibrating with their nervous energy. The most dangerous moment? That first step. Then I discovered something that changed everything. As I stepped up, I would take one deep, deliberate breath. And then something remarkable happened. The audience and the people holding the rope would breathe with me. When I exhaled, they exhaled. And in that shared stillness, I found my center and we connected. This sense of connection through the breath is an actual theater principle. But here's what fascinated me. It wasn't just theater magic. It was neuroscience. Giacomo Rizzolatti and his team of neuroscientists at the University of Parma in Italy made a groundbreaking discovery while researching the brains of primates. Mirror neurons. Let me get that right. Something's going on. There we go. Mirror neurons. A group of neurons that would light up when the primates were actively engaged in an activity or simply watching others engaged in that same activity. The emotion of the experience was transferred. Our brains are 98% the same. That means we have them too. Think about the last time someone walked past you on the street and smiled. Most of you probably smiled back. That wasn't politeness. That was your mirror neurons lighting up, creating an instant bridge of connection. As human beings, we're wired for connection, wired to reflect the state of those around us, which means every room that you enter into, you're giving people something to mirror, your calm or your chaos, your presence or your distraction. Think about a recent time, when you met with someone that you truly respected and they gave you their full and undivided attention. How did that make you feel? Good, right? That you mattered. So here's my question to you. How are you showing up? And what are you giving other people to mirror? Here's the insight. We can intentionally use this internal wiring to create presence, trust, and connection in any interaction. Just as I discovered as a street performer, creating this sense of connection is not a mystery. It's a practice, a choice, a sequence you can learn. 3 words: breathe, connect, land. Let me tell you about this sequence by telling you about Brian. Now, Brian is a young executive, very sharp, his whole life ahead of him, much like all of you today. But he had a blind spot. He was fast, very fast. I'm sitting in a conference room waiting for Brian to arrive. I look at my watch, 10 past the hour. Typical. I'm getting fidgety. Suddenly the door swings open. Brian explodes into the room, red-faced, breathless. already apologizing. He drops into his seat and he starts talking before he's even settled in. I can feel my heart begin to race. His chaos was becoming mine. So I stop him and I say, Brian, please stand up. And I introduce him to the Breathe, Connect, Land sequence. Here's an idea. Let me introduce the Breathe, Connect, Land sequence to all of you right now. If you're interested and willing, please stand up. Everyone, stand up. And I'll introduce you to the sequence. So now get comfortable. Put your feet shoulder width apart. And I want you to think about this as though it's a foundational martial arts grounding exercise. It's simple, but don't be fooled, there's power in its simplicity. So first, think back to a time when you felt anxious and someone else actually helped you calm down. Most likely they took a breath in and went like this with their hands as they breathed out. We're going to build on this. So what I want you to do is take your arms and imagine a barrel of water in front of you. Take your hands and dip them into the water. Hold a drop in each palm. Breathe in, lift your hands up, relax your shoulders, connect with your balance, feel the ground. Turn your hands over, breathe out and land. Feel the ground. Again, one more time. Breathe in, relax your shoulders, really feel that lift from the ground. Connect with your balance, turn your hands over, breathe out and land. Breathe, connect, land. Have a seat. So after I taught this to Brian, I asked him to go back outside and do it 3 times. The first time, do it to get grounded. Let go of whatever came before. The second time, connect with your intention. Why are you here? Land in that intention. Then the third time, step into the space. Pause, breathe in, connect, and land with me. He looked a little skeptical at first, but he did it. 30 seconds later, the door opens up. Brian steps into the space. Our eyes meet. He takes a breath in. I find myself breathing at the same time. His chaos is gone. It's as though his presence was transformed. Now, I tell you this because I've been Brian more times than I care to admit. Maybe you have too. But if we're going to do and make this type of transformation, we need to get feedback on how we show up. So years ago, after I left performing, I became a sales executive. I was good at my job, but I was continually stressed, rushed, and I wore my urgency like armor. One afternoon, as I'm leaving my office, rushing out of my office, I'm heading down to the printer, a friend of mine, luckily, stopped me. And she said, Rob, do you have any idea what's on your face? You look angry, like you don't want to be bothered. I was in shock. I didn't realize I was making myself unapproachable, other people insignificant, and that I was a bit of a jerk. Then she gave me a quote from theater, from Tom Stoppard, 5-time Tony Award winner. See every exit as an entrance to someplace else. I wasn't leaving my office. I was entering into the common space. How did I want to show up? How did I want other people to experience me, as present or distracted? I knew I had some work to do, so I went right back to my office and put a sign on the door, pause, don't exit, enter. I practiced the Breathe, Connect, Land sequence every time. I cultivated a resting smile. I breathed it in, and I made a choice to be more present with myself and with others, even when no one was watching. Because who you are when no one's looking is exactly who you're going to be when everyone is. This sense of presence matters now more than ever. Research on Zoom fatigue by Microsoft, the Human Factors Lab, revealed something striking. When people went from meeting to meeting to meeting with no breaks, Their brains showed elevated stress markers. Faces were tight, expressionless. Voices were flat, monotone. Mirror neurons, dark. Expressionless. Connection nearly impossible. But when people took short breaks, even just a few minutes, everything changed. You've been in these types of meetings that are dark and grim, right? They're not fun. But when people took short breaks, their stress levels dropped. Focus sharpened. Mirror neurons, faces lit up. Connection, real connection became possible again. Think about what this means. We live in an age of continual distraction and context switching. Most of us move through our days like pinballs, bouncing from this to that, carrying the emotional residue of every interaction with us. How can we possibly be in our best selves under these conditions? So what about you? How are you showing up moment to moment in your own life as a teacher, student, friend, coworker? The people in your life deserve your presence. They deserve someone that makes them feel connected, that this moment, this conversation matters. And you deserve to be present in your own life, to not sleepwalk through the precious, unrepeatable moments throughout your days. The good news is you have everything you need. Breathe, connect, land. A 3-word sequence, a 20-second ritual to step into your best self anytime, anywhere. Before your next class, pause. Take a breath in. Get present before stepping into the classroom. On your way home from work or school, before you get out of your car or before you lock your bicycle, get grounded. Think about how you want to walk through that front door. Master that transition. Before your next meeting, take a breath in, get grounded, reset, connect, smile, and make eye contact. And then mentally and physically land in the room with yourself and others. Let your mirror neurons light up, and then track what happens. Guaranteed, your meetings will run more smoothly. Conversations will deepen. People will mirror your calm, not your chaos, because presence is not a mystery. It's a practice. And if you practice this over and over, it will reset your nervous system. It'll become who you are. And you'll develop the power to transform any room that you enter, any person you meet, any moment and every moment you live. And it begins with one breath and 3 words. Breathe, connect, land. Thank you.